Hello everyone, this is Ron from High Tech Legion, and this is the CM Stormtrooper full tower case. And if you're not familiar with the CM Storm brand, it is basically Cooler Master's esports brand, and they have made some peripherals mostly that are aimed for gamers and LAN partygoers. But of course they also make some very nice cases like the CM Storm Sniper and the CM Storm Scout. You probably have encountered those cases before, and they have recently released the CM Storm Enforcer, which is a mid-tower case, and this one is the CM Storm Trooper, a full tower case, which should accommodate basically any enthusiast hardware you may have currently. And see the preview of it here in the cover of the box. There is a distinct CM Storm logo here for the power button on top. And unlike the old CM Storm Sniper and the CM Storm Scout, the CM Storm Trooper features a fan controller that uses buttons instead of knobs. So we'll see that later, that functionality, once we do the unboxing. And of course, this is a brand new case. It has a pair of USB 3.0 connectors to complement the USB 2.0 connectors there in the middle. And it also has this new feature called the X-Dock. Now, what the X-Dock is basically a hot swap drive bay for 2.5-inch drives on top of your CM Storm case. So it's a nice feature to have, although my concern is that not many people carry 2.5-inch drives. Most people still carry 3.5-inch drives for hot swap options. So still a nice feature to have. So some people have a portable 2.5-inch drive or an SSD drive they can share with some friends. And let's flip the box to the side so we can see some of the details. I won't bore you by reading all of the details here, just some of the pertinent ones. For example, it shows that the material is made of steel, so it's quite heavy, and the net weight is 30.2 pounds. Now, Cooler Master says that the handle can carry up to 95 pounds in weight. So 95 minus 30, that still leaves 60 pounds. More than 60 pounds for you to carry around, and basically even if you fill out the internals with the heaviest power supply, which is probably about several pounds, less than 5 pounds, but fill out the internals with multiple radiators and reservoirs, it still will not be able to reach 60 pounds. So that is plenty of room and plenty of weight allowance for you as a user to build your system in there and still be able to lift it using the built-in handle. And as for the motherboard type, we have micro ATX, ATX, and more importantly XL ATX support, since XL ATX is basically the newest form factor for most of the major enthusiast motherboards. It supports up to Quad-SLI, which is also a feature that is supported by the CM Stormtrooper. Now, as for the maximum compatibility, it uses a GPU card length of up to 322 millimeters or 12.7 inches, which is more than enough to fit an HD 6990, which is or a GTX 590, which is one of the longest video cards available in the market right now. And for CPU cooler height, you have up to 186 millimeters tall, so that is plenty of room. Even the Cooler Master's own V6 GT, which is one of the tallest CPU coolers, is only about 165 millimeters, so that's plenty of room to work with. And I'm going to flip the box to the back so we can take a glance at some more of these features that we have overlooked. Of course, since this is a LAN party case, it has this something what CM Storm calls this Storm Guard. It basically protects your peripherals or you can route your USB cables here for your mouse or your keyboard, for example, while you're away at a LAN party, and you can secure it through those. So you have no fear of your peripherals being stolen. And the hard drive cages can be mounted either in a left to right fashion or facing front and backwards like a traditional cooling system. So you can have the intake from the front and blow directly into your components inside. And like I mentioned, the 9+1 PCI expansion slots for 4-way CrossFireX. And you also have a water cooling support on the top. There's pre-cut and grommeted water cooling holes and plenty of cable management options, as well as a very large CPU cutout. Now let us open the box and take a look at what the CM Stormtrooper looks like and take a look at it in closer detail. The CM Stormtrooper comes with a full installation manual that is very detailed and is very helpful when installing all the various components. At the top you'll find a large button for the power switch, LED on and off switch, as well as fan control buttons, a reset button, an eSATA port, a pair of USB 2.0 as well as USB 3.0 ports, a microphone jack and a headphone jack, as well as activity LEDs for your drive and your system. There's also a 2.5-inch X dock, which you can use to hot swap an SSD or 2.5-inch hard drive. At the top, you'll also find a convenient rubberized handle that can carry a load of up to 95 pounds. The rear part of the top cover is raised and ventilated to allow air to pass through. At the top rear, you will find a convenient, accessible, and removable dust filter. There are also ground-mounted water cooling holes, 3 in total, right underneath it. Thumb screws secure the side panels and are easily removed. The left side panel is perforated for airflow, and users can mount a pair of 120mm intake fans. The right side panel shares the same extruded design as the left side panel and also has a ventilation area, although not as big as the one found on the left side panel. At the bottom you'll find 4 plastic feet with rubber ends, and there are also removable dust filters in the power supply area, as well as the bottom part where you can install your hard drive cages and an optional fan. At the front you will find 9 5¼ inch external drive bay covers, which are perforated for airflow and can easily be removed. To remove a front bay cover, simply push in on both sides until you can take the cover out. A CM Storm logo at the bottom reveals a hidden compartment where you can find a toolbox that contains the accessories. You will need to remove a pair of screws using a Phillips head screwdriver to take this toolbox out. Inside the toolbox you'll find your accessories, and simply lift the tab to open it. You'll find a Ziploc containing an 8-pin CPU power adapter for your power supply, so just in case it doesn't reach the 8-pin connector on the upper left-hand corner of your motherboard. There's also a 3.5-inch to 5¼ inch drive bay converter. On a separate bag, you'll find a bag of screws and some other accessories, including cable ties for cable management, a speaker for your motherboard, and a mishmash of screws, including motherboard standoffs, long screws for installing fans, thumb screws, and various other screws for installing your various components inside the Cooler Master Stormtrooper. Inside you will also find a brown box containing hard drive caddies for installing 2.5-inch or 3.5-inch hard drives.
At the rear, you will find a pre-installed 140mm exhaust fan, as well as 9+1 PCI expansion slots, which you can use up to Quad-SLI. There's also a peripheral protection lock on the right side where you can secure your keyboard or your mice. For convenience, there is a pull-out handle, so you can easily take out your side panels, both the left and right side. The CM Stormtrooper has a bottom mounting power supply area, and there's also a 2.5-inch mounting cage in front of the power supply area. You can install up to 4 SSD drives. There are 9 PCI expansion slots, and they all have reusable covers and use thumb screws. A rear 140mm exhaust fan is pre-installed and uses a 3-pin fan connector, but also has a 4-pin Molex connector. At the top, you'll find a pre-installed 200mm exhaust fan.
The CM Stormtrooper's motherboard tray can support micro ATX, ATX, and XL ATX motherboard form factors. It has cable routing holes in the front and at the bottom, and it has a very generous aftermarket CPU backplate mounting cutout. The CM Stormtrooper's hard drive mounting area consists of a pair of 4-in-3 hard drive mounting cages. These are rotatable to a 90-degree angle, either facing the side or facing the front.
To rotate these hard drive cages, you must first take out the thumb screws that are located on each side. Once you have pulled out all the thumb screws, you can take out the hard drive cage and take out the 2 walls surrounding it. Now you can put back the walls at a perpendicular angle compared to the original location, so you can mount the hard drive cage in front to back fashion. You can remove the top cover by pushing the latch out of the way. There are 3 on each side, and there are 6 in total. Once you have removed the top area, you are also free to remove the entire front panel. Simply lift it out of place and pull out.